of 2018, I am late. My cycle is late. Now, I usually am not the type of person to start stressing when my cycle is late, simply because I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. I'm gonna put like a little definition of what that is up on the screen, and we will definitely talk more about that later. But one of the symptoms from polycystic ovarian syndrome, or PCOS as we call it, is infertility or difficulty conceiving. So, you guys, listen, my cycle is late, right? But I'm at work. I'm like, my, I guess I have to put like a trigger warning before this video, huh? Like, my breasts are sore, okay? Like, my boobs are sore. I'm late. I'm on the phone with my mom, and I'm like, Ma, like, something's not right. Like, I'm not used to having a regular cycle, true, but like my boobs are sore. Like, what's going on? Like, that's not normal. You know what I mean? I'm like, so she's like, well, do you think you should take a test? And I'm like, well, maybe I should. So at this point, y'all, I am working at the mall, and I was assistant manager at one of the stores in the mall. I'm not gonna say the name of the company because I do got a little, you feel me, little gripe with the company. Yep. Yeah, I mean, but it's cool. Anyways, like I said, I was assistant manager working in the mall, and I'm like, okay, like, what's going on? I'm living with my now husband, but he was my boyfriend at the time. So I'm living with my boyfriend at the time, and I'm like, okay, well, obviously there's a good little chance. It's a good little chance your girl might be, yes. But no, seriously though, obviously I'm living with him, we're in a relationship, there might be a chance that I'm pregnant. However, I'm in my mind, I'm like, well, I'm not sure. So before I even start my shift, you guys, before I even clock in for my shift, it's May 1st of 2018. I run to the grocery store that is across the street from the mall, okay, and I get some pregnancy tests. I'm like, I have to know right now. Actually, I run to the Dollar Tree. That's what I went, okay? Dollar Tree gonna let you know every time. So I went to the Dollar Tree, and I also went to the supermarket. I got like one of the just like the basic ones, and then I got the one that actually said pregnant, not pregnant. Because you got to be clear. You hear me? Say it with your chest, okay? So I'm like, I have these two tests. I go into my job. I'm now, I'm getting ready to relieve the manager on duty. And like I said, I already called my mom. I already told my mom what's going on. I go into the bathroom of my job, and I take the pregnancy test. Y'all, it was positive, obviously. It was positive, though. I wasn't expecting that. So I was not expecting for it to say positive. So in that moment, I am like, whoa, like, wow. I'm ecstatic because I work inside the mall. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to be buying everything that's in here. I had so many plans to continue working. I was just really, really happy to find out that I was pregnant. My husband already has a son. So I was really excited to add to his little collection. You know what I mean? I was excited to sprinkle my little in there. So, so I was really excited. I'm like, okay, this is what's up. We, just for like a little context, even though we were still boyfriend and girlfriend, like 2 months before, like May, so like in March, we were already looking at rings. He had took me ring shopping. So I knew that he was serious. So I wasn't really concerned about, being pregnant. I wasn't concerned. I was like, okay, yes, like, it takes two to tango. It was two of us. Yeah, I mean, it take 1, 2 to tango. It was 1, 2 of us. Okay. So I'm like, at this point, I'm super excited. I'm pumped. I'm like, all right, let me dial up my man. You get what I'm saying? I call my man. And I'm like, baby, guess what? So he's like, what's up? I'm like, I don't know where you at. Brace yourself. And he's like, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm pregnant. And he's like, what? So I'm like, yeah, like, I'm pregnant. He's like laughing. Like, he's, like that laugh when you like nervous but excited, but you got all the emotions. It's that type of laugh. I got the same laugh, okay? So we're like on the phone laughing. He's like, you serious? I'm like, yeah. I'm gonna send you a picture of the tests. He's like, you took a test at work? I'm like, yeah, I needed to know like right now. Like I couldn't I couldn't go my entire like 8-hour shift. I think I closed. Like, come on, y'all. I had to close the shift. I was supposed to wait all shift to find out. No, I needed to know right then and there. Okay. So yes, so like I said, I did find out I was pregnant. I called him up. We were super excited. I'm gonna insert a clip for you guys, like I said, basically of me finding out. So roll clip.
In this video, because it is May 1st and I'm pregnant. I don't know how far along I am. I don't know anything except I took 2 tests and they were both positive. So yeah, hi.
So, and now that we're back here, so yeah, so that was me. I was really excited. I took that clip because I had the intention of vlogging. There's so much like back content, like context I feel I have to give, but I'm also trying to keep this like pretty short. I've always wanted to do YouTube. I've wanted to do YouTube since 2013, 2014, before it was even a big thing. We are gonna talk about that as well. But I've always wanted to do YouTube. So I figured like with this pregnancy, this was it. Like I could finally not use my pregnancy, but I felt like I was more relatable to people because I actually had some like a big life event, a big life change. I feel like sometimes people don't want to take knowledge or advice, anything from you if you don't really have like a serious big life change, which I could understand. But I felt like, you know, I could use this opportunity to introduce myself to the world and talk about all of the things that I wanted to talk about, as well as documenting my pregnancy. From May 1st, like I said, the only reason I remember that date is because I have the video that I showed you guys just a second ago. And y'all, 2 weeks. When I tell you I could not keep anything down, I was vomiting everything, okay? I would go to the food court. I would try to eat french fries. I would try to eat pizza. Just the normal things that I was eating. I would try to eat a salad. I was throwing up everything. Sometimes water wasn't even keeping it down. Like, I could not keep anything down, and it was really stressing me out. At the time, I lived in Baltimore City with my boyfriend, but I worked in Arundel Mills, so the bus commute was like 2 hours because I was taking the bus. You guys, I was involuntarily falling asleep on the bus like every single time. A 2-hour commute, like, and I couldn't understand why. I was confused. I'm like, why am I so tired? Like, you know, I sleep when I get home. Like, I wasn't doing anything like outside of my normal routine. I thought I was finna eat. You know, you know, the whole pregnant for 2 thing. Like, I thought I was about to eat, okay? I'm thinking we about to chow down. You get what I'm saying? We about to slam it down. I'm eating everything. That's how I thought. That's truly my perception of pregnancy, which again was ignorant to have at the time, but that's just what I thought was gonna happen. Like, I was so excited to eat. That's not what happened. That is not what happened, you guys. I couldn't keep anything down. Eventually it got to the point where I could not work because I was going 3 days, 5 days, 7 days at a time without being able to consume food, which obviously then means that I had no energy. Excuse me, y'all. It was really stressful because, like I said before, I had intended to work my entire pregnancy. I wanted to be one of those women that was like waddling around, you know, giving me 2-week notices to not return to work. So she's issuing me notices to stay home and, like, you know, not have my job affected and everything, but she's issuing them 2 weeks at a time. So she's like, oh, just come back to my office and let me know how you're feeling. And I'm like, I'm trying to convey to this lady, like, I cannot eat. Like, there is no how you're feeling. Like, girl, like, I can't eat. Like, there's no energy. Like, I can't get up. I can't do the basic things for myself. It was really hard. And like I said, it took a toll on my mental health. It was just hard to get up. It was hard to have the motivation. I didn't know any other women that had gone through this or, you know, had this type of pregnancy before I found out that it was hyperemesis. I think it's gravidarum, I believe, hyperemesis gravidarum, which we're gonna call HD. But before I found out that it was HG that I was suffering from in my pregnancy, everyone was just telling me that it was morning sickness and I would get over it soon. But like, you guys, let me tell you something. If you're a pregnant woman, if you know a pregnant woman, please listen to yourself. If you know a pregnant woman, listen to her, okay? Because when I tell you, I was trying to tell these people, I'm like, I can't eat. Like, there's something going on. Like, excuse me. I'm like, there's something going on. Like, for one, I'm starving, okay? We gonna keep getting into that. I am starving. And for two, I just don't have the energy. I'm not feeling good. I can't go, certain places, do certain things. I'm losing an astronomical amount of weight. And it was really hard to deal with. In my first pregnancy, I wound up losing a total of, my bad, y'all. My bad. In that pregnancy, my first pregnancy, I wound up losing a total of, I think, 45 pounds. I lost 45 pounds in that pregnancy, which was, again, affected by mental health, because I would look at myself, I could see I just look like skin and bones, and it's hard to feel beautiful when you're going through something like that. And it's even more difficult to feel beautiful when you may have other people who just brush it off, even though it may not be intended to like make you feel slighted or make you feel like, dang, like maybe I shouldn't be complaining or telling anyone. Like, I think people have to learn to step outside of themselves and actually listen to when others are talking to them. You have to be able to remove yourself from a situation so that you can see someone else's point of view, so that you can be able to, understand someone else's situations. You can't always just have just such a narrow track, one track mind thing, minded about situations. So anyways, guys, back to what I was saying. I went off on a tangent. 2 weeks go by. My doctor is issuing these notices 2 weeks at a time. Okay, and it's starting to cause friction with my job. My store manager is like, girl, like, okay, well, you have to tell me something, because I'm just holding your spot here. Like, are you coming back to work or are you not? My doctor isn't comfortable, which we're gonna get into that probably a separate video, like just how the medical world tends to treat, women of certain so yeah, we're gonna get into that too. But just, it really sucks being a pregnant woman sometimes and not being able to advocate for yourself. But yeah, so my doctor really wasn't listening to me. She wasn't giving me the notice that I need to either, secure my job or to just send me back to work. She was just doing it 2 weeks at a time. Eventually I was like, okay, like, I don't know what to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I told my boss, I told my store manager, I don't know. Like, she's just 2 weeks at a time. Like, I can just keep giving it to you. And she's like, okay, whatever. So, given those notices, I'm going through it at my job. They're being really difficult. And at this time, I'm becoming depressed because I don't know anyone else who's going through this. I'm home all the time now. And it's putting a financial strain on me and my boyfriend at the time. So, we're like, dang, like, you not being able to work is kind of messing us up, which, at that time, we were going half and half, trying to make things work, trying to make ends meet, honey. Okay, so it was really affecting us financially that I was not working. And it was really hard mentally because, bills coming in, you still got to eat, you still got transportation. My husband was already a father, so, he still needs to take care of his son. Just all of those different things were playing a part into it. So it was just making the times really difficult. It wasn't making pregnancy a happy time, which, I also had guilt for. Why are you not ecstatic about this? I can't eat. I'm in jeopardy of losing my job. There was just a lot going on. So I eventually, I'm like, okay, well, I'll try to apply for unemployment. I got denied from unemployment. Okay, they were like, girl, boo-hoo. Oh well. That was basically the energy they gave me. They were like, we can't help you. Next, next caller. But yeah, seriously. So, it was like, okay, I don't know what to do. So it's, my boyfriend, my husband, well, my husband now, he's my boyfriend then. But we actually, but I'm gonna save that for later. We actually got engaged like without telling anyone at all. So in those 2 weeks that I found out that I was pregnant and everything, we went ahead and got engaged. Super personal, obviously, just between me and him. And so he's now my fiance. So my fiance is working 3 jobs, just trying to make sure like ends meet, trying to make sure that he's providing like a lifestyle for all of us, on top of trying to care for me. I'm like completely sick. I can barely do things for myself. I'm falling, you guys. I'm having like falls. Like I'm trying to get to the bathroom and I'm falling because I don't have any like energy. I don't have anything to keep me up. It was really, really a difficult time. And it was difficult, girl. Like, I don't know how I don't have like trauma from it, but like, I could just look back at it and thank God that I got through that time. Like, I thank God that I got through that time, because it was rough when it was happening. So I say that to say, it was weighing on us. He wasn't coming home too happy. I wasn't really too happy about being pregnant. Like it was a difficult situation. I didn't like staying home. I had a lot of animosity about it. It was just a lot, right? So y'all, I'm home one day and my fiance comes home. My fiance at the time, he comes home. And, he's talking to me, asking me how I am today, asking me did I fall, all the questions that he's asking, right? All the concerned questions. And someone who is close to him, I'm not going to say any names, right? Because it's water under the bridge at this point, so it doesn't matter. But I just want to tell you guys, like I said, for educational purposes. So listen, y'all. So he comes home and he's like, so-and-so thinks that, you're faking it so that you don't have to work. And I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, like they're saying like they've never heard of anyone being this sick, like to the point where they can't work while they're pregnant. And I'm like to me, I'm like, well, like, what do you mean? Like, why would I lie about like being this sick? So so he tells me that message, and honey, before I even like really let that digest, right? I'm like, well, do you believe that? Like, what's up? Like, do you think that? Like, do you believe that I'm faking being this sick to get out of to get out of working? Do you think that? And my fiance's like, no, I don't think that. Like, I see you every day. I come home to you. Like, I know that you're not faking it. He's like, I just, I'm just telling you what's been told to me, and I'm just telling you what's been told to me. So at this point, I'm like, I'm feeling a mixture of things, you guys, because like I keep referring to, my husband is already a father. So I'm thinking that the people in his life will already know about like pregnancy complications and just things of that nature, because this is my first go round. So I'm thinking that they'll have that knowledge, right? Child, what? Faking it? I'm throwing up everything. I can't keep anything down. At this point, the only thing I'm eating are like ices. Like, I don't know if y'all had icy cups growing up, but there was a store right across from our apartment complex, and they used to have some bomb-ass dollar ices. I used to eat that for real. That was the only thing like I could really, really keep down. It was a struggle. So anyways, he tells me that this person is like, yeah, like basically they're saying that you're lying, that no one gets this sick to the point where they can't work in their pregnancy. So I'm hurt. I don't have an official diagnosis from my doctor, so I don't know what to say. I'm feeling a mixture of hurt. I'm feeling a mixture of like humiliation. I'm also feeling a bit unsafe. just conflicted because I'm like, dang, like I don't want, we're first of all, we're engaged even though not everyone knows, so we're planning to get married, and I don't want I don't want this to like affect how people see me. Like I can't believe someone would think that of me. Truthfully, that's really what it was. It was like, I can't believe someone would think I would do that. You would think that I would lie about being sick in my pregnancy to the point to get out of working and just like happily watch my man struggle working all these jobs, all these crazy hours and stuff like that. It was just really hurtful to me at the time. But you know, I did have my reassurance. My fiance, you know, at the time he was my fiance, so he was like, you know, I don't think that, like, please don't let this bother you, like, you know, like whatever. So, you know, I try not to let it get to me too much, but I think the fact that I couldn't work, coupled with someone's statement about them thinking that I would fake it so I wouldn't have to work, I think it was just too much for me. I just let it hurt me. It hurt me to my core. I was just like, wow, I couldn't get over it. It was a daily thought that I had. So eventually, you know, May passes by. I still don't have an answer from my doctor. I'm still just going in, getting 2-week notices. Eventually in June, my job was like, okay, girl, you either need to give us an answer right now today, or you gotta go. You gotta get the boot, which I knew was illegal, but you know, I just didn't have, like I just was coupled with everything that was going on in my personal life. I just couldn't focus enough to like take the proper action against the company and against my boss. So I was just like hurt, you know, crying, upset, the whole nine. And I found out that my old boss actually told one of my coworkers she was a sales associate, and she actually told her, like, I worked my entire pregnancy, like there's nothing wrong with her, like I don't believe that. So there was a couple of people who genuinely did not believe. I was so sick to the point that I could not work. Despite having an amazing work ethic, at the time I was 23 years old and I was already in management. So despite already having a nice, you know, a decent career path set up for myself, despite just having the ambitious personality that I have and people in my personal life knowing me, despite having all of those things, people just could not understand that there was actually a condition that was causing me to be this sick. I wound up not being able to eat for 7 months, you guys. 7 months. 7 months, that's all I can say. 7 months, I could not keep anything down. I do remember I was like, I was almost 8 months. I was like 7 months and some days, you know, basically like 8 months. And Hardee's at the time were selling these Fruit Loop donuts, okay? and I remember I was telling my mom, like, I have to try these. And she was like, girl, you can't even eat like regular things. And I was like, yeah, but like I want to try these, like I just want to try it. And I remember them so specifically because those were the first things that I was able to keep down. That is the first thing that I ate that I realized my HG was gone. So I was just ecstatic. Okay, Hardee's, if I know I'm a small account, I know I'm a small YouTuber, okay, I'm just getting started. But if anybody from Hardee's see this, if you want to tag Hardee's, can you please bring the Fruit Loop donuts back? Please, because we love them, okay? We love them. So guys, like I said, 7 months. I lost 45 pounds in that pregnancy. I had a lot of people not believe that I was that sick to the point where I couldn't work, couldn't do things for myself, and it took a really big toll on my mental health. So I just want to say, like, if you see this video, you're watching this video, please listen to women who are carrying, okay? Please listen to them when they tell you that they think something is wrong. Please listen to them when they say that they don't feel okay. Please listen to them, all right? While some women are able to work their entire pregnancies, there are some women who are not able to work their entire pregnancies, and it does affect them. And I really wish that society was just more understanding of that, and had more knowledge about that. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this story time. I hope that you enjoyed me talking about HG in general, how I found out, just all of those different things. If you enjoyed this story, I ask that you give it a thumbs up, and I do ask that you share it, you like and subscribe with this, and I'm definitely gonna have more content for you guys. So like I said guys, if you like this video, make sure that you subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment in the comment section. Have you ever had someone accuse you of lying during your pregnancy? So let me know, because I don't think I've had that.